Live from sunny New Jersey, it's 0Calvin. Good morning, everybody. And by everybody, I mean possibly one viewer. I see I'm as popular as ever. Anyway, a Happy New Year's. Anybody who's watching this now or in the future, hope your 2026 is doing well. So far, mine's been good, except tomorrow I have to do something horrible, which is work. Yeah, it's a nightmare. I've been dreading it all week. It's ruined my week, ruined my Christmas, ruined my New Year's. I actually have to go into work and do stuff tomorrow and possibly even Tuesday. It's terrible. But, you know, the things we do to pay bills and such. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's switch over to, okay, got chat going. Let's start. Today we're going to start Monument Valley number 2. The Wrath of the Princess and her evil minion. So let's start this up. All right, getting a musical interlude here. Very nice. Free bird. Click the path to move row. So apparently this is an Ida. I'm not quite sure what the story is. So Ida was our character in the previous one. Instead of the little bun on her head, she had the cone. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Leo? The Wrath of Escher, yes. So in this one, apparently we have Ro. I don't know what happened to Ida. I always thought maybe this was Ida, but I guess it isn't. Ew. So we're starting in basic principles again with this one, which is fine. It lets us warm up again. How you doing, Leo? How's your 2026? Looks like everybody else must still have a hangover. Oh, I gotta lower the volume. That's quite loud. Snowy over there, huh? We had a brief squall, I think, yesterday. Nothing really stuck, though. So I think it's pretty much no snow on the ground or anything right now. Are you getting a lot? It's bright and sunny here right now, thankfully. It's a nice change. It's just been nothing but overcast for the last week. Okay, I guess this is the next one we can do here. Looks like she's going to attack the world of cheese. I don't know what that is. The vestibule in which Ro introduces her child to the valley. Oh no, now we're teaching children how to ruin geometry. All right. Yeah, that's the best. I love it when it's just a light coating that just makes everything very pretty, but not necessarily ruins the roads. And nothing you have to shovel so much. Oh, we got a little minion now. Look at her, Little Red Riding Row. I don't know what her name is. It's cute, though. Look at that. All right, little kid, you ready to ruin some geometry with me? Let's roll. First vital thing is buttons are toys, and you must always press them. Ooh. I've got 2 viewers now. I'm twice as popular. All right, little girl. So this is how we play these things, little girl. We can switch impossible geometry back and forth because we are the masters of space and time. So follow me. I suppose when we get on here, we won't be able to rotate it, which is fine, which is fine. We can do it like so. Follow me around the world. She's definitely got a hop in her step. Super cute. All right. Very nice. What do we do now? I guess we got to get to this button. All aboard. Ooh. Our next goal is to get through doors. So buttons are great, doors are even better. These things, by the way, are ladders. You might not recognize them at first, but that is the truth of the thing. So we can now spin a majig, both things at once. Looks like pretty straightforward to me. I think we could just go up here. They will auto route if there is a way, which is pretty nice. Oh, back to one viewer. It's just you and me today, Leo. Apparently, other people don't want to watch 5-10-year-old games. Go figure. Maybe if we added machine guns and blood to this game, it would be more enticing. Ah, back to 2 viewers. All right, come on, little whatever your name is. Oh, lighting up the world. Seems we must wait over here and bounce to the button. So these early stages are basically just introducing us to simple concepts that'll continue throughout the game. Right now we're not making use of our minion yet, but I'm sure that mechanic will come into play sooner than later. Sorry, tea break, 1 sec. All right. Going through the crack in the universe. I'm sure evil orange glowing cracks are perfectly safe for children. She did pause there for a second, which I don't blame her. Uh-oh. Is she coming? Oh no, we're separated from our child. How terrible. I'm not even going to solve the map. We'll let the computer do it for us. Not that it's that difficult. All right, push the button. Oh, uh-oh. We got another Grand Poobah, or Poobess, or whatever. Even in youth, we knew the work our mothers left for us. Good for you. Ro, I see fear. There's no fear for me. Do you forget how young we were? I don't. I didn't even know you back then because I wasn't born yet. Okay. I hate when these people just pop in front of me and spout nonsense at me. And where did she pop up from? She wasn't following me before. Whatever. Okay, apparently we're back to stealing things. In the first game, we were returning stolen stuff from our hat. In this one, we are now stealing it back again. For reasons. All right. And that's how we play the game. The end. All right. Let's see what the next map has in store for us. The oasis in which young eyes see new wonders. Very nice. All right. Row and Little Red Riding Row. So the other mechanic here is we have slidey things. So anything with these little nubbins on them can slide. So this one can go basically as a bridge there, and that's pretty much it. So we might just keep it there. This one can go from there to there. So I think we're going to go all aboard and ride this across. And into the abyss. I like how the little one's smart. She at least pauses for a second before she goes through the door of doom. Okay, little one. Let's see. I suppose we're trying to get through doors. Any door in the storm, so to speak. Our mechanics for today are this thing, which will ferry us across. Hey, Miss Nancy! Happy New Year. Check it out, Nancy. We got a little minion this time. Got a little bouncy little Red Riding Row here. So on our last game, this character was called Ida. For now, she's called Ro for some reason. This one, I don't even know her name. I swear the first time I played this, I thought she was Ida and she was Ro, but apparently that isn't the case. You would think that would be the case, but no. So anyway, we got a slidey majigger, and we got this seesaw elevator mechanic here. So I think we're going to get these two on board. We're going to level the playing field, get them on here, and then scooch up to here and go through the door. So how are you, Nancy? How's your 2026 doing? Oh no, little Ro! We're separated. It's terrible. Run, little Ro! Little Red Riding Row, go, go! Haven't played this one yet. Oh, it's pretty fun. You get, as you can see, it's sort of single player, but two character. So here's the deal with this. As we move, our darling little minion moves as well. So she kind of mirrors our movements. So now we got to figure out a way to either get me to move or her to move in a way that pushes buttons or goes through doors. A lot of rain, huh? It's bright and sunny here in New Jersey. We got a quick little squall of snow yesterday, but it's all cleared up already. The ground is clear, the sun is out. It's still barely poking. It's gonna maybe get above freezing today though, so it isn't exactly nice out, but at least it's sunny through the windows. All right, let's see. So we have this thing can go between here and the button, and we have this guy that can go from down here to up here. So we can get her. Oh no! What the hell? Well, that's interesting. Okay. Let's have her walk back into normal space. I guess we can have her push the button for now. Only thing I can see. Oh, well, that was simple. Very touching reuniting couple here. Okay, next little puzzle. So now we have this. These things are our ultimate goals. So buttons are number one usually. The first things you try to smush going through doors, and then our ultimate goals are usually these star things. Looks like this will take us to a couple different floors here. So let's see, how shall we do this? Obviously we need an elevator lift. We ultimately probably want to get here. If we go up here, can't really do anything, sadly. So we can play around with walking up the walls, see where that buys us. We can theoretically take the lift back down to here, walk up the straight way. Whoops. Walk this way, and hit the star. Oh, those are buttons. Didn't even know. Good to know. Starry buttons, very fancy. Okay. Not sure why we got that, but sure. Let's just walk to the next button. And walk to the last big button. I guess the Verslui are sleeping in today, huh? J&J. All right, so we get this mystical thing. So we put our cursor over here. Now when we move, we get weird little patterns. It's like spirograph, was it? Pretty cool. Just make random little decorations. Bow to the sacred spirograph. Okay. Let's see what bad habits I can continue to teach my child here. Speaking of which, she's learning her first lessons, which is always break the geometry. Okay, well, not much to do here, but just start climbing. So let's go. Hope this kid has some stamina. I mean, she has a bounce in her step, so I guess she's hopped up on candy or something. Uh-oh. What now? Oh, we can flatten the steps. Like how that works? She's behind us. She gets her own steps and I get mine. Tag team button pressing. Yes. Very nice. Okay, kid, let's go. Ew. Looks like somebody wants to spout gibberish at us again. So incidentally, I did finally do a little bit of research into how this game was made, and come to find out, as Leo had surmised, it's actually real 3D geometry, but just filmed or rendered in orthographic view, so that there's no widening of things. There's no perspective introduced into it, which allows things that are further back to be at the same size as things that are closer up, which sells the illusion. So when we do things like this, so that in our mind is further back, right? But when they snap together like this, they appear to be seamless. So technically this is still further back than this. So what the game does is in the seam, so I'll just leave the crack here just to, I can't really hold it, but the game actually warps the character from here to here whenever there's a crack. So it looks seamless, but it's actually doing like a weird little warp. So once she gets here, which is actually far back, right? She's actually being warped seamlessly somehow from this point to this point. So in our minds, it's connected. It's very tricky. Apparently this was made in Unity, and I think they made some custom tools that allowed them to build these different levels. Okay, yep, children grow up fast. Often the challenges we face do not require the strength to hold on, whatever that means, but the strength to let go. I'm not letting go, I'll fall. Thanks, Granny Nonsense. Always wise words from you, not. Okay, well, I guess we're letting go, as in leaving Little Red Riding Row to her own. So she will kind of parrot us. Whatever we do, she does. Oh, that's interesting. So I go here. She's going to try to cross, but she can't, of course, until she gets a bridge too. How cool is that? I get you, Leo. The lighting, for sure, because especially the ones where surfaces can represent two different directions, which, by the way, they said even caused the creators of those levels headaches, and which is why they didn't make many of those floors, because their brains were getting twisted too. Yeah, the lighting, it must be baked in, as you say. That's the only thing I can think of. I didn't realize there are knockoffs of this. Oh, so instead I have like Flappy Birds versus Angry Birds. Gotcha. I haven't really seen any knockoffs of this, but it's not like I've been looking. I think the artwork and creativity is what really makes this game. So I'm sure it's difficult for anybody to knock it off, especially because with 3 of these out, you know, there's not a lot of, I guess unless you invent totally new mechanics, there's not a lot more to explore. Anyway, we need somebody to push a button, so we can go this way and have little Row. I don't know her name. The story doesn't give us her name. This one is apparently Row. Let's just call her little Row. All right, what happens if we go through the door? We end up here. Very nice. So let's have her... Can we have her... I guess maybe I gotta push a button? Ooh, I get a button. Now I get more buttons. Oh. Interesting, interesting. What happens if you push this button? We get a spin-a-majigger. Interesting. Let's have her get on the spin-a-majigger. And then if we stand here, and we spin-a-majig this, that will connect. And then we can run off together. Yes, very nice. Whoa. Yeah, so this is a good example of lighting. Because this is a top surface, right? This is technically a bottom surface, but they're both lit like top surfaces. So we kind of have a mirror line here. So is it just lighting is mirrored, or is it baked in? I tend to think they just bake it in. We'll have to pay closer attention if we get puzzles that rotate the whole scene again. Okie dokie. So, very nice. So we got buttons. And she has a lifty thing. So we can get her across into here and lift her up and have her push a button. Whereas this one, she's just going to go across and upstairs to push a button. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go over this way to entice her to go to this side, I think. And then we'll switch this over, and then she'll want to go mirror me up here, which is good. We can go now to this point here, which is this for her. Lift her up, and now if we both head towards our buttons, everything is dandy. Okay, looks like we just got we got stairs here that got added, and we got 2 little portals. So now our goal is to get to these little portals, doorways, whatever. I lost my lift here, so, but I can spin-a-majig this. So it looks like she has to go this way and in. And she is going to have to basically get over this way, go down the stairs, and then go across. So, let's see. What to do. I think if I just go over this way, she'll mirror me. And then I can go down and around. And I hope she'll mirror me down through the door. Yeah. Whew. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, we got this spin-a-majigger thing. We'll just keep spinning. When in doubt, just keep spinning. There we go. Oh. Don't celebrate too much. I have a feeling that evil game is going to separate you two once again. All right. We're releasing the sacred geometry into the atmosphere again. Let's make something spiky this time. Snowflakey. Complete. It's interesting that it carries over whatever my design was into this map. So remember I did roundy things there. I did spiky things there. Kind of interesting. The archipelago. The child must find her own path. Yep. Time for the little brat to grow up. All right, little kid. Just push her right off the edge there. No problem. You. So that's interesting. You lift this up. The red bits go down and the green bits go up. Boink. Boink. And then this spin-a-majigs. So... Sure. Needless to say, they took this, the design of this level, the inspiration from certain confections. Gives me sweet tooth just looking at it. All right, getting cavities here. Okie dokie. So we have doors, many, many doors. We have a button. We have a little child. And we can spin this around. So it does look like the lighting changes, interestingly enough. So we have light here, dark here, so we're slightly in shadow. When I spin this, this surface is becoming lighter, this one is darker. So there is some kind of lighting, active lighting component, weirdly enough. Or some way they're doing it. Anyway, so I can spin this around. Okay, it looks like we're controlling the child now, which is fine. She can't go anywhere, so let's just go through. Oh, by the way, this game, as I said in the first game, this game is actually kind of nice in that it gives you little clues using colors or shapes a lot of times. So when you first look at this, it looks like just a ton of doors, but when you really, really concentrate, or when you pay attention, notice there's green inside of this door. There's different colors inside the doors. So there's green inside of this door, so we'll probably end up going through there. Notice that's the case. So we see there's yellow in here. So we know that's probably going to connect to the yellow. So we know we can go back through the green, go around, go through the yellow, and pop out here. Or like, at least that's the theory. Oop. There we go. Oh no, more spin-a-majiggers. What's this spin-a-majigger? Oh wow, this spinny thing makes this go back and forth up there. Sure, why not? So, what's that buy us? Well, what it buys us is not much. Actually, it does. We ultimately probably want to go through this door with nothing, no lighting, neutral lighting. So we want to go through the pink here, which pops us out here and gets us through our final door. Sure, why not? Okay, well, got a door, and we got the protruding geometry again. Boink, boink. Oh, that's kind of weird, isn't it? This disappears. That's very strange. But we can rotate this again. So let's see what we want to do. We can't do anything with her right now. I'm sure we can probably rescue the child. So let's try to spin this around so that the kid can get on board. Oh, that's not going to work. Perhaps this way? And there we go. Now we ultimately sort of want to get over here, but how do we do that? Force perspective, of course. And we do have a button we can press, which is always fun. So if we wrap this around, these two surfaces will touch and allow us to go impossibly into the background and press a button. This gets us a pokey bit. Not sure what that buys us, but sure. Can go back up here, go back up top. Let's see what we want to do. I mean, ultimately, we just want to get on here. So I'm thinking we got to get back on this guy, spin this around, I suppose. So if we rotate this around so those match again. And then let's just see where we are. Oh, look at that. Very nice. I like how the mom just watches. Hope she's not coaching her too much. Now we got cheese shrubs. It does look like it's like leafy cheese, doesn't it? Right. A couple of buttons. Very nice. What we could do is take a ride. Take a ride on the Cheese Express. This looks like a tempting little button. Ooh, okay. It's grayed out now. This has the Cheese Express now. This guy has an archway that spins. Let's see what Mr. Button does. Oh, I see. So each time we get on this, it flips back and forth. Interesting. I'm assuming maybe we got to press this button over yonder. So let's just go through the door and see if we can get to the stairs using this one. I think we can. Which gets us that. Very nice. I don't know what that's doing, but sure. I have a feeling there's no way... into this using this yellow one. We'll probably have to swap it out with the green one, but we'll just check just in case. Let's just rotate. I don't think, yeah, there's no point in which anything lines up with that platform, so we're gonna have to backtrack, swap out to the green. And then Bob's our uncle. We're making Mom proud. All right. Oh no, more of the nonsense, lady. Ooh, funky. Wee. Let's get Grandma seasick. All right, enough goofing around. I don't really know what I'm doing. I guess if I go here. She has done well, but some lessons must be learned alone. Okay, that's... Solitude brings its own perspective. We're not allowed to watch anymore, and you both have more to see. Very nice. Thanks, Grandma Nonsense. Okay, looks like little Rose on her own now. Bye, Mom. I'm going back in, Mom. I want cookies. All right, looks like she's leading now. Interesting. Oh, another one of these weirdo things. Whee! Okay, so we can line up even with that if we need to, which is looks like the case that needs to be done. But whoa. Wow. That just locked things in place. Super weird. Sure. Now what? Super weird. Right. A lot of this game is, I think the designer's just showing off. Ah, another firework. All right, let's do roundy things this time. Very round. Nope. I guess we got to keep going until that. Bow to the sacred circle of blobs. All right, we're cruising right along. Cruising right along. I have no idea how many of these there are. We'll try to get to them through all the main puzzles today, if my brain holds out. I think this game also has some bonus ones, so we'll play those next week, because I'm sure my brain will be fried by then. The docks. All right, very nice. Let's just go downstairs, shall we? I thought the kid was supposed to lead. What's up with that? Not supposed to take the lead, Mom. We get a boat. Cute. We're gonna ship her off. I see. Okay. Time to go in Schitt's Creek without a paddle, little one. Good luck. Aw. Bye, Mom. And then she falls off the edge of geometry, never to be seen again. Jump. That wasn't much of a level. Okay. The towers, in which there remain other pursuits for the heart. Bum bum bum. Oh wait, we're playing as Mom, huh? Okay, I don't know where the kid went. I guess she really did fall off the edge of the world. So sad. All right, let's see what this very Escher. It's black and white, definitely screams Escher-esque. Okay, we can rotate. Okay, so this thing's rotating and these things are revolving. Yeah. I guess we want to push yonder button. So we ultimately want to get up here probably to go across and push the button with using this, I suppose. Which means we want to go here, which means we can go around the world, I suppose. Oops. Sure, yeah, that works. Ew. It's a snag. We can't do that. So, unfortunately, we can't just stand here and spin him a jig, which is what I was hoping. So what can we do? There are stairs there. Wow, trippy. Okay, we'll push this button. I don't care. Any button. All buttons are good buttons. Oops. There we go. Okay, back up the tower, we got 3 doors that I see, and oh, funkiness. The whole little cityscape flips around on itself. Wowzers, that's cool. Super neat. Well, all I could say is I'm just going to keep going up. see if I can connect that with anything interesting. I can go over this surface, and that'll get me. Oh, I see. Each door gets me to its own little puzzle. Very nice. So this is warp your brain. Is it passing through or is it not? It's super weird stuff. So this screws around or screws down. Crazy. I guess we go up to the top and talk to Crypto Mama. Crypto Granny. Yeah, give us your knowledge, Granny. Sometimes it feels like nothing has changed when everything is different. Separate paths can still be part of the same journey. Your journey is one that must continue. I have said nothing worth any value whatsoever, but I sound wise. Right, Granny. Granny nonsense. Oh, we popped out that door. Interesting. Well, I'm guessing this must lead somewhere interesting. Could be. You think she's Grandma Cthulhu in disguise? Let's see. Ultimately, we want to get through this door, I suspect. So if we go up to there... Whoa! So this is pretty cool, huh? So now we're still in... yeah, we're looking straight on now, so we don't have the... All we see is surfaces. Very neat. But we can still spin him a jig. How funky is that, huh? This game is so cool. There's a door. I'll take it. Whoa, we popped out there. I don't even know where we're trying to go. The doors are now closed to us. Let's spin a little and investigate. Man, we even got weird circle cylinders spinning around. I guess we're trying to get up here. I'm gonna go up as much as I can. Oops, come on. Super cool. All right, oh, it's a skateboard ramp. Okie dokie. So we can lift this up and down, and we can slide this left and right. So that is it. So cool. All right, that's one light. Oh, we got to get over to this one somehow. Nice. Okie dokie. So, this thing spins around up to the top of the stairs. The stairs will go to this one, and this one will lift us up there. So I think we pretty much want to get here. By any ways or means. So let's get over this way, I suppose. Then we can go on this side. There we go. And then zip down the stairs. Go! Man, I think Jay and Julia forgot it's Sunday. Maybe they're deep in the bowels of air conditioning reconstruction or something. Let's make cool little fractals. These will be available on my Etsy store. No, just kidding, I don't have one. A fellion in which Ro visits an old friend. An old friend. I didn't know Ro had friends. I don't even know who Ro is, technically. She just popped out of nowhere. What happened to Ida from the last game? This is what I want to know. Unless Grandma Nonsense is Ida older now? She became Queen Nonsense? From Princess Nonsense? I don't know. The story is very weak in this game. The puzzles are nice, though. Okay, we light up this. Oh! Look! Hey! It's Boxy McBoxface, but he's blue. Must be Boxy's blue cousin. He doesn't seem to do anything. Excuse me, other than stare at us. Nice to see the return of Boxy, though. All right, Boxy. What can you do, my friend? Whoa. Quit breaking stuff. All right, so you can go like that. Yay! He's great, isn't he? He's got a new paint job and everything. So I suppose we got to pick her up. I guess the yellow one is still with Ida, and this Ro character gets a blue one. So now we can get back off. Now we got to figure out how... Oh, she's got to go down here temporarily. So we can get this dude out of the way. Very nice. You might as well press the button as your reward. And off we go. Okay, sure. Let's pick her up if we can. Yeah, let's let her press the button. And then you could press buttons, because everybody likes them. Okay. Right. What does this thing do? Oh, this rotates. Sure. All right, Boxy. Well, Boxy, let's see what we can do with you. We've got this little nook we can probably get to. I think we're ultimately trying to get on top of Boxy to press this button. So we just have to figure out how we're going to do that. We can rotate Boxy. Make him a bridge, which is pretty cool. Does that get us anything? Can we now pick her up? Yes, we can. Look at that. Super cool. Okay. Right. I see what we can do. So we need this higher. It's hanging. So if we use him as a strut, we can actually now lift this whole thing up. It's using your head, Boxy. Looks like we may have the same mechanic here where he can use his head. So that lifts that up. It doesn't seem to get us anything for now. For now, it looks like we need to press yonder button. Which means we're going to have to get to the side. Somehow. We basically want to get to this surface so we can go up here, I suppose. We just got to figure out how the hell we are going to do that. I suppose this has something to do with it. So let's just go around this way and see what that buys us. That'll get us to this inside. We can't walk across. We can't walk on these nubblies though. But we can. Can we walk on him? We can walk on his nubblies. We can't rotate his nubblies. We can drop her back off. I don't know what that does. That doesn't really do much. We can go up here. Oh, there's a spiral. We can actually just, can we walk around? We cannot, but if we use our head, now we make a bridge. Aha, see, we're not coming up from the down from below, we're going down from above. Very nice. Now we need to get on the inside somehow. We're kind of on this way, so can we just hitch a ride on this guy, perchance? There we go. Hey, look at that! It's a door. This does not look OSHA approved. Something tells me things are going to break. Better run, Ida. I mean, Row. Ooh. You broke it now, lady. Yay! It's Blue Boxy again. Does he have a door? We got a portal in Boxy! That's so cool! Boxy portals. We got our own TARDIS now. That's so nice. Uh-oh, we're going to the Rainbow Pride world now. Let's see what happens there. Whoa, I'm gonna vomit. Mental, in which reflection unfolds old memories. I'm gonna start this before we all just throw up. Whoa, that hurt my head. Miss Julia! Overslept. I thought you were wrestling with air conditioning guys or something. We're doing great, Julia. We survived the new year. We've got snow in Leo's part of the world and rain in Nancy's and sun in mine. That is the weather for today. How's Mr. J doing today? I imagine he's scrounging up some coffee. We're breaking the... We've got new characters now, Julia. You missed the beginning half, but there's a little girl who was following us around for a while, but we got annoyed with her, so we put her on a boat and shipped her away. She's lost in the sea somewhere, I suppose, while we continue to play puzzles by ourselves again. But I have a feeling we will see her again sometime later. All right, so let's go this way and then climb down the ladder. And then walk this way again and go through the door, because why not? And then we go into this puzzle. Oh, there was the little girl, just for a sec. I guess we're chasing after her. Yes, we have Blue Boxy. So apparently this isn't Ida. We don't know what happened to Ida from the last game to this one. This one is Ro, and then we have a little Red Riding Ro. We have a little girl who's unnamed, I suppose. Alrighty, let's see what we can do with geometry now. We can spin-a-majig this whole section around. Very nice. Great. Sure. So ultimately, obviously, we want to get there. How we get there? I have no idea. No idea. I'm just going to wander around the cube for a while until something makes sense. I guess ultimately they want us to go up these stairs, quote unquote. So we want to be on this surface, perhaps. So we can do that by standing here and then flipping it and then walking around. Jay! There he is, Mr. Verse Lewis. Fashionably late. It's okay, man. Hibernation is where it's at during the winter. What else are you going to do? Did your air conditioner get fixed? Did you guys crank it down to like 20 degrees Fahrenheit with icicles coming down and just buried yourselves in the quilt and hibernated? Okie dokie. Oh, look, this is our, I think this is our little girl character. She did have a little Red Riding cloth before. Now she's like a mirror of our current itself. I don't know if this is the same one or a different one. I think this must be a different one. I have no idea. This game makes no sense. So we are controlling this character. I don't know what the hell this one's doing. Yeah, she's just running ahead. She totally ditched us, little brat. So we have ladders here. We have ladders on the side of our things, which can get us to different places. We have ladders on this plus a lift. So using all of that, somehow we need to get here. Oh, really? Just in time for colder weather. Very nice. At least you have it, right? It's better to have it and not need it than the reverse. So it feels like we need to be up on this, up here to get into there, right? And I don't think we can actually get to the top of that with this ladder because of the gap. But we can get on it from here. Yeah. I don't know. Let's just play around and see what happens. I don't know if we could get down here because of the nibbles taken out of our geometry. Let's just wander around until things make sense. Yeah, she won't go on top. She can get back down here, though. In which case she can stand on top of that and get in. Very cool. That's too funny. Well, hopefully when you actually need it, the air conditioning works. We can only hope. All right. Wow. Sure. So we're currently standing on this as a top surface, and we need to be on this as a bottom surface. So notice, even though we're here, we can't actually walk through the door because we're technically in the wrong dimension. We can push buttons, though, so we'll do that. Ew, it flips us sidewards. Let's just keep pressing buttons. Oh. So now we are upside down. So does that mean we can now just walk over here upside down? Why not? The creators said these kind of puzzles where the surfaces can be two different directions gave them headaches too, so they didn't actually do many of them. Oh no. Not only do we got the little brat up here, but then we have another annoying Cthulhu grandma gonna spout nonsense at us, no doubt. So, we want to go through this door, I suppose, for reasons. We have buttons. Usually buttons take priority. What else do we have? We have a spinner-majigger that spins ladders and geometry around. I can only move it this way and this way. So this can get me, if I was standing on this perhaps, or vice versa, it'll flip us around between these two surfaces, which is nice. And if we're on a ladder, it can push us to different directions. So I think we want to be on this plane of existence to be on this ladder. Oh, look at this. I can't spin a majig when I'm on the ladder, which is rude. So what's the point? That's oh, because I can then walk on. Oh, that's so wacky. So wacky. All right, if I walk this path, I can get on the sidewards way. And perhaps maybe do something with that? Yeah, we can walk up the ladder sideways and press the button. Sure. Ugh, now what? Wow, she's terrible at the recorder. Okay, where do we want to go? We want to be on this plane of existence now. So this will actually get us there, I suppose, by walking down this ladder. No. And we could go this way and then around will get us there. Sure. Does this get us, let us do anything interesting? Not really. Just gonna abandon us. Can you go up this ladder and do something cool? Maybe climb down this ladder and then stand on this surface and then walk through the door. Ha! Very nice. The Escher Court mission. Very punny. Okay. Grandma Nonsense is sending. Ah, so wait. Now this is another little brat. So now this is a second little brat that's been shipped off into the universe on a boat. Interesting. Seems like all we're doing is abandoning children in this game. So, I don't know if you guys saw Jay and Julia, but not only do we have a Blue Boxy, but he has TARDIS technology. Why are you looking at him? Don't get sucked back in. All right, fork over the geometry, lady. And in this game, we get to make etch-a-sketches here, or spirographs rather. So let's make little daisies this time. Yeah, or nope, it broke. Nah, I don't like it. Let's go around, do a loop. We gotta keep, and then we'll make a bunch of crap in the center until we're done. There we go. It's a daisy thing. What do you need to do with the daughter? Do you have to send them to an exit each? Well, in the levels you saw, we don't really have to do anything with them. They're just, I don't know what they were doing, but in the beginning levels, they were kind of mirroring they were on separate parts of the map, but mirroring our movements. So we had to do movements that both got us places, but also them places. Not sure if we'll see that gameplay again, but we might. Boop. The Botanical Gardens. Oh, these are cool. In which strange doorways offer new possibilities. It's Strange Horticulture, which is another game. Okay, so we got a doorway, we got boxy. We can probably walk around, can we? No, we cannot. All we can do is go in the mouth of the beast and we pop out there. Okay, sure. I guess we're trying to get up top, so we'll just cheat with perspective. So Jay, did you watch that video on the making of this game? I thought it was really interesting that this was actually done in 3D. But they just, use orthographic view so that there wasn't perspective getting in the way. And then things that were behind and things that are in the foreground can join together with basically like portal technology, but we don't see it because it's kind of seamless. It just zips the character from one scene to the next. Pretty neat. Okie dokie, let's see what we got. I suppose we're probably gonna try to get through Boxy's portal maybe, and or ultimately up here. We have a spin-a-majigger, which can act as bridges, I suppose. So that's cool, that's cool. We also have Boxy here. Boxy can attach to this, and I'm sure he does amazing things like makes a bridge for us. Boxy bridges are always great. Let's go through the Boxy doorway and see what happens. We go up there. Cool. Cool, cool. I guess maybe we're actually trying to get out this way. How would we do that, pray tell? I guess another Boxy bridge. Let's just see. Yeah, we can do a Boxy bridge. So really we have to be over here, I suppose. But notice this surface, they're probably going to try to make us go here. Go along here, walk up here, walk up here. So I think we're going to have to go on this top thing here, ultimately. Yeah, so if we go back out through the door, walk here. Oh, but we can't spin him a jig. Oh, you tricksy little bastards. So I was thinking we can spin him a jig over here, but we're not allowed to, which makes things a bit more difficult here. This is actually going to require thought now. Bummer. Bummer. Thought. Perish the thought. All right, let's go back up here out of the way for now, Ida. Let's see what we've got. I can't even pick her up. So she just stands up there to get out of the way, I suppose. I'm not sure why that's even a thing. Non-Ida. That's true, it is an Ida. I keep wanting to call her the anti-Ida. Her name is Ro, I believe. But then again, Ro had a red thing, and then this one, I don't know. There's so many. She's always Ida in my mind. Anti-Ida. All right then. Well, Ida, you're not doing anything worthwhile up there, as far as I can tell. What am I trying to do again? I guess I'm trying to get her sideways. I don't even know. Not quite even sure anymore. I think my mind is done for today. I'm sure I'm overthinking this, probably, or underthinking it, definitely underthinking it. The fact that I can't use the spin-a-majigger kind of annoys me. Let's see, can we do anything up here? Maybe we gotta use Boxy again, no doubt, but... So confused. Feel free to shout out the answer if anybody can see it. Let's see, he's a portal, right? So maybe we got to move him somewhere interesting and then pop back out. That must be the mechanic we're seeking here. So let's actually get her back in the ready position, and then move him somewhere where we can barf her back out. Let's see. Oh, that's it. We barf her out sideways. Now I get it. That's what we do. Now we're playing with portals. Now we can bounce her around. Ha! Success. Boxy portals. It's a new mechanic. Do my own mix. All right, so this goes up to nowhere, but what? Does it get me anywhere interesting? Not really. Well, let's pop her through the portal and see what happens there. She can go downstairs. I can pick her up on top. Not sure what that does for us. Maybe cool things. Let's see. Not much. Not too much. I guess we do have Mr. Button to press. Those are first principles. I suppose I got to pay attention to that. Oh, very nice. Right. What happened there? Can't go through the door, right? Because then you'd be committing suicide. That's very nice. All right, let's try this little thing again and see what happens. So when we're standing on this, that happens. We can get on top of him. We really want to get Boxy. Oh, I see. I see, I see, I see. Very nice. Very good. I get it now. Yeah, exactly, Jay. All right. Let's all just appreciate the broken geometry for a minute. All right, let's talk to Grandma Crypto. In our haste in looking forward, we too often forget the past. Time will not be altered, and while it passes, your purpose remains unchanged, and your words of wisdom remain useless to me. Our monuments lie unfinished, and we look to you to continue our work. Always shoving it off on the young people. Is that it? I see how it is. We mess things up. You get to fix it, kid. Good luck. Okie dokie. Well, Boxy, you're gonna make a fine pedestal. I have no idea, Jay. They kind of lost the plot from the last one. The last one seemed like we were a runaway princess that stole geometry and broke everything, and we had to return it little by little or something. But then this one starts with new characters that do things, and there's kids, and then there's other kids, and we put them in boats. I don't know. I really don't know. And the Grandma Cryptos don't really tell us much, so. Yeah, puzzles are great on this. The backstory is weak. So Jay, as I was telling, well, I guess just Leo, because I didn't, nobody else was there. I actually have to go to work tomorrow, so I feel very, very bad for me. Tomorrow and possibly even Tuesday. It's just, it's tragic. Ruined my whole week thinking that knowing that I'm going to have to go. So, yeah, I know. I hear you. I hear you. I'm only semi-retired though, and that semi is biting me in the butt all the time. On the plus side, my training dummy / minion. Okay, so we got this kid on a boat now. I don't know what she's doing. I guess we chucked her. She's doing stuff on a boat. Lots of homeless kids on boats. But yeah, my minion, I showed him how to start the job we were working on and gave it to him, and he actually worked on it, I guess, during the holidays at home. So we're going to meet up again at work. Oh, I guess we're playing as a little kid now. The Lyceum, in which the first steps are not always the easiest. So, you know, on the grand scheme of things, I can't complain so much because I just had somebody else do all the work on the holidays, no less. The downside is we have to test these, and he has an appointment tomorrow. No, he has an appointment Tuesday. We have to test this crap. He doesn't know how to test yet, so I have to show him how to test, which is hence I'm coming in tomorrow. So he's going to bring all the crap back. We're going to start to test them together. I can kind of like show him and pass it off to him, I guess. But he's not going to be able to do it all because he has to do stuff tomorrow. So it means I'm going to have to come in, Tuesday. So I'm going to have to come in Tuesday as well, finish everything, finish the job, make sure everything's complete, hand it in. Hopefully it's good, because if he did a crap job, then I'll have to fix all the things he ruined while he was running amok on his own. The reason I'm dreading it so much, though, is doing fiber optic testing is legitimately just terrible. It's terrible. All right, little brat. So she cannot do anything. We can't be on this while it's spinamajigs. Yeah, so testing is terrible because of cleanliness factors and things like you have to basically inspect everything, inspect both, connectors, make sure everything's clean. You connect everything up. If it doesn't test, then you have to take it all apart, re-inspect it, make sure everything's clean. If that doesn't work, you may have to repolish. When you finally get it to pass, it maybe a speck of dust jumped in there while you weren't looking, and it scratched up the surface, and you'll have to repolish again. And it's frustrating is what it is. You have to, you're basically holding your breath and just praying each and every time. Okay, but anyway, back to the puzzle. Oh, you go back on the 7th. Awesome, Jay. Enjoy the extended vacation then. That's awesome. Okay, looks like we can zigzag over this way. And then, of course, we can zigzag over this way. And go in our hut. Yeah, it's tedious work, and tedious work by when you do it by yourself is one thing, but teaching somebody else tedious work is just next level frustrating, I'm very fortunate, and this guy is capable and smart, and he doesn't really complain much. So I'm really, really, really lucked out with him. Okay, so this thing, we got the L shape that rotates while that other piece revolves, or vice versa, however you want to say it. Very funky. Funky stuff going on there. Just reading chat here. Awesome. Yeah, it's great to just play around with random projects you've had on the back burner for a while. I find it funny that, your relaxation is working with more 3D applications again, but, it is what it is. When you don't have to produce results and it's just for your own satisfaction, though, I understand it's still fun. Okie dokie. Well, now what, pray tell? I suppose we got to get across to this away and push yonder button. Okay. Oops. I think we had it already. I think we have to go over this guy. And then use the overly complicated mechanism to make a zigzag pattern. Oh, why'd you have to flip? Oh, there's another doorway. What? What? Right. Okay, go up here. And then we'll just figure out what we're doing from there. So which door do we go through? What happens if we try to go through here? We go out that way. Sure. And if we go through here, we go out that way. Right. Okay, so this is like a roving portal. So that's cool. We'll just go through the roving portal and then up through this door. Yeah. That's why I both admire and feel sorry for Jay, who took his 3D hobby and turned it into a job. So at the same time, he gets to do what he likes and enjoys, but once you do what you like and enjoy as a job, it becomes less likable and less enjoyable. So you kind of ruin the experience for yourself. But at least he's good at it, though. So, you know, doing things you're good at is always nice. Alrighty, so I suppose, what are my options here? We cannot go back through the door. I suppose we're trying to get through this door. So yeah. Let's just hop on board this. This is as far up as it goes. Sure you're not going to go through the door, little girl, no? This is as far down as it goes. What am I missing? I'm obviously missing something super simple. She doesn't go through the door. Oh, okay. We got a. Okay, that's what I'm missing. We have a rotation aspect of this as well. Gotcha. That's totally what I'm missing there. I'm not sure what that buys me, but okay, I could still I could go up and down, but I cannot rotate. Yeah, I'm being very dumb about this, apparently. So... Okay, yeah, I was sort of just not paying attention on that one. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're still enjoying things more or less. I'm sure whenever Unreal Engine crashes for the 100th time in the day, you question your choices, but all in all, that's great though. Okay, so we have a little elevator guy, and this rotates everything, including the little elevator guy. And like before, we can't rotate when we're on there, but we can lift. So I suspect we just kind of keep climbing using weird force perspective until cool things happen. Look, we can just go around in circles forever. Okay, so we're trying to get up there, which means we got to get on that thing, which means we got to get on that thing somehow. We can lift. Okay, what? I can raise and lower when... Okay, so maybe the idea is... to get her on here. Oh, we can't do anything with that happening though. I see now. Gotcha. I have to be... I'm thankful though that the... right. Walk around to Granny nonsense. Another nonsense person. Oh, wow. Cute. These designers really like showing off, don't they? Our shadows grow long as we wait for one worthy to take up our mantle. See, again, they're pushing stuff off on the youth. She has taught you well how to vandalize our geometry, but there are still more things to learn. The path will be hard, but remember, we walked it too. I haven't seen you do anything but float, lady. And you're the one who screwed up geometry to begin with, I'm sure. We'll leave everything for the youth to fix. Let's just keep spinning until something cool happens. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so like I was saying, my previous day job has been calling me less and less. I haven't had to do, knock on wood, I haven't had to do like hardly any computer nonsense. And my minion, my fiber minion's learning. They say they're actually looking for a computer guy to replace me as well, so I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. At the same point, it becomes harder and harder to go back every time I go because the span in which I work, you know, is getting longer and longer, or in which I don't work, it gets longer and longer. So when I go back, it's like I'm just not in that frame of mind anymore. Both working and just remembering how to do anything. So yeah, it's a little tough. Kind of spoils things. And you know how it is. It's once you get back there, it's not bad. So it's just the idea of going back always kind of spoils things for me. I know, just shut up and stop bitching, right? Everybody else has to go to work 40 hours a week, so. Ooh, QB flowers. That's an interesting thing. Somebody's got a bitch, right? Yeah, I'm still in limbo with so many things. Not only am I still sometimes sort of needed at this new, you know, my old job, but I also technically am on a fixed income of 0 and living on my previous savings, which are rapidly dwindling. So I don't mind too much going back to work because I can use the money. So I'm kind of both waiting for some property to be sold, which will give me enough money to basically live for the rest of my life if I live relatively frugally, and also for my previous job to stop needing me. Hopefully those things both will happen in 2026. It's a random year, Doesn't sound very momentous, but for me, it hopefully will be a good year. So this thing, as our plant gets less and less sunlight, it shrinks through its growth cycle. It's pretty cute, right? So we can give it less sunlight. We can hop on board this flower cube, give it more sunlight, and it brings us up here. I hear you, Jay. For me, it's like, if I had not agreed to it, because my company had switched hands, like switched ownership, and I think had I not agreed to, continue to work a bit, they probably would have legitimately gone out of business. And being I have, 2 friends that work there that I've worked with forever and, rely on that job for their income, I kind of felt like I needed to stay on board a little bit and help with them transitioning. And I think if the new bosses weren't super, super nice guys, I still would have maybe gave them the finger, but they are really good human beings, so I don't really mind it so much. They're very easy to work with. Okay, I think I have to actually pay attention, use some brain power on this one. I'm ultimately trying to get up top. We can bloom one while we dwindle the other one. All we can do is get on board this guy. This also, oh, weird. Okay, yeah. This moves in and out of sunlight. Oh, it's so crazy. So weird, dude. Weird stuff. Oh, look, she gets small with it. Look at her, she's tiny. And then we give her sunshine again and she grows back up. So cool. I suspected she'd have to get over here. No? Yeah, I've always enjoyed working for small companies. I've worked briefly for larger companies. I've never enjoyed it. I always like being a big fish in a small pond, so to speak. Mainly because I like doing many different things. When you're in a big company, you're kind of just a small little cog in the machine, and you tend to just do the same things over and over every day. But in a smaller company, you tend to get more roles thrust upon you, which is good and bad. All right, how the hell do I get? Oh, I'm trying to obviously get over somewhere. What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Let's see. I can't get on this. All right, I'm obviously missing something. What am I missing? I think my brain power is worn out for the day. What time is it? Oh, 12 o'clock? Yeah, getting the 12 o'clock fade. I may have to take a brief break. Let's see. So this is a stable location. I can't do much here. Oh, that's what I'm missing. Duh. I'm looking at the flower as a transport, but this thing rotates too. Stupido. Gotta watch out. The tricksy little thing. You're looking at like cool stuff like flowers. Let's see. Here we go. It's like sleight of hand, like magicians use. They're like, oh, look at this cool thing. Look at this cool thing. It's a really neat new mechanic. And meanwhile, you're forgetting about the old one. Just need more sugar. I've been living on solely like Christmas crack for the last God knows how long. Now my brain doesn't work without 10 pounds of sugar a day. It's terrible. Sugar's so terrible for you. Okay. Spinny-majiggy. Spinny-majiggy, spin-a-majigs. I like the plants, even though they look like spiky cheese. Alrighty, all aboard. Oh, so you rotate. Interesting, interesting. All right, all right. So, I guess we got to see what's going to get us over to this guy. And at which height? Maybe that one? This guy? Can we get on top of him somehow? We can. The old reverse routing mechanism works pretty good most of the time in this game. Work backwards from where you need to go. Yeah, I saw that. I watched the first like 5 seconds of that video and had to turn it off. It just looked so disgusting. Especially the picture where like they put so many of the flavor syrups that it constituted half of the cup. Like, I like sweets sometimes and sugar, obviously. Like, you know, I'm talking about eating the Christmas crack, but that is just a whole nother level. It looks like we have a cheese door here. I guess we could go through the cheese door. Okay. Oh, look at these. See, these guys are just flexing at this point. Yeah, bubble tea or boba tea. I don't know. I think maybe the Japanese call it boba tea. But yeah, bubble tea, the little lumps of I don't know. What I actually never had it. It's like what, starchy sugar blobs in the tea, the bottom of the tea. So you kind of like drink it and chew it at the same time. That just seems like a recipe for choking. Have any of you guys actually had it? Yeah, little balls at the bottom. That does seem gross. Like the weird mixture of consistencies. Okay, we got a center cube I can spin for no good reason. Although it does have this portion up here, so I guess that buys us something. Tapioca balls. Okay, that makes sense. Some people hate tapioca pudding for that same reason. For it being the consistency. I actually like tapioca pudding though. Oh, look at that! We got magnetic bridges. So I can spin-a-majig this, and then I can spin-a-majig that. How cool is that? This was a complete fake, unless we come back to it. We still have it. Chewing human skin. You make it sound so appetizing, Jay. Oh, you never tried it? Yeah, a lot of people, I mean, it's, you know, it's little round balls, and I think people think of like squishy balls. So I guess people think of little eyeballs, like fish eyes or something. And that's off-putting. I like it, but I can definitely see why people wouldn't. So we're trying to get here to get to this thing probably. Which means we probably need the bridge over to here eventually. How the flying hell do we go anywhere though? I don't know. Oh, I see. We're gonna have to do the bridge baton here. Pass the bridge baton around. There we go. Ha! Look at me! Look at me, all smart and stuff. Ew, dusty boba balls. Yum. I saw you know, I'm an avid reader and audiobook listener and stuff like that. So I was scraping the bottom of the barrel for things to listen to on Audible, and I saw this light novel. Light novels are basically short novels, like novellas, written. They're Japanese, and there was a story. Sorry, I'm kind of trying to pay attention to this and the puzzle at the same time. So there was a story about, I think somebody gets reincarnated into another world, which is a popular theme among them. I don't even know what that button did. What does that button do? It makes noises. What is the button doing? Yeah, so he gets, I think it's a reincarnation story, but he gets reincarnated in another world and opens up a boba tea shop or bubble tea shop. And that's it. That's basically it. I mean, that's the story. And like, you know, it's like the daily nothingness that happens inside a tea shop, I suppose. Needless to say, I didn't bother with it. I think I downloaded the, the first chapter or something and realized I'd rather poke my ears out with an icicle than continue to listen to any of it. How we gonna do this? Pray tell. See, if I were to use this, I'd be upside down, right? That's not a good place for us. Also, how are we getting... Oh, are we going to be able to attach... Oh, wow, look at this. We can rotate. Oh, that's so wild. Oh, I'm so confused. Okay, I think ultimately we're going to try to get here then. Is that this? That's the scoop? That's the poop. We want to get to this guy somehow. There we go. Yeah. I might take a break soon and have some more Christmas crack. So I don't know if you guys, how many people are familiar with it. It is literally butter and sugar, chocolate, and some saltines. Those are the only components of it. And it's like, if you look up recipes online, it's super disgusting. It's actually 50% butter and 50% sugar. I make a different variant of it. I can't even imagine making that. I can't even imagine it would work, but I make it more like a hard caramel. So I use half as much butter as sugar, which is still pretty disgusting, but and then I use about equal parts water, and you basically dissolve the sugar in the water as you're heating it, and once that's dissolved, you plop in the butter. Once the butter's melted, then you keep heating and heating, and eventually the water that's in that evaporates, and it rises up to around 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it's up to that, that's the hard crack phase for candy. So it becomes basically a hard, brittle caramel. You dump that on a bed of graham crackers, and then you sprinkle chocolate on top of that. And then you have heart attack shortly thereafter. Yummy stuff. It's, I don't know if you're familiar with a Heath bar, but that's basically what it tastes like. Exactly what it tastes like. So it looks like we have bendy geometry now. Let's talk to this nonsense lady, see what she has to say. Yeah, I have to eat like a tiny little chunk of it at a time, like once per day. Just other than that, it would probably rot my teeth and my stomach and everything else. It's super addictive though. It tastes amazing. I always liked Heath bars growing up, so it's like a blast from the past. I don't know how it works out with 50% butter and sugar, but that just sounds like something that would make me vomit. Anyway, you have grown so much. I'm literally the same size as when I started a couple puzzles ago. And though one lesson... Let's see. You have grown so much, and though one lesson is ending, many more lie ahead. Well, of course, because you're still leaving me to do everything. Our spirits are restless. When your promise is fulfilled, we will be ready for your return. So in other words, you're just like, this is child labor is what it is. All you're doing is telling us to hurry up because you're impatient and lazy. These people, I tell you. I'm going to, before we tackle this, I'm going to take a 10-minute break. So I'll meet you, 5-minute break. I just need a little rest stop here, I think, and we'll be good. So I'll meet you back in 5 minutes, 12:15. Hang tough, everybody. Or maybe not. Aha, there we go. Alrighty, I think we're back in theory. Guys still with me? See, the critters of Eastshade are celebrating the New Year's. Testing. Still theoretically have 4 viewers. That's good. Let's see. Let's see here. Webcam. Here he is. Christmas crack. This is what it looks like. So you just pour it in a whole sheet pan thing, right? So this is what it looks like when it's done. Called Christmas crack because not only do you just break it in, you crack it in pieces. Like, well, I don't know if I could do it like that, but like that, Christmas crack, but also because it's as addictive as crack cocaine. Yummy stuff, though. All right, no more for you. Let's see if we can get back to the Yonder game. Actually, before Yonder game, I need to go Yonder chat, and then Yonder game. Good. Oh no, Tim Hortons coffee. Wow. I don't know of any around here. I've never ever had it. Okie dokie. So, ultimately, I suppose we're trying to get up to the star thing up top. We got a button. We have a rotating square. We've got this that rotates, and we also have this that rotates the magnet as well. So I suppose we're trying to pick Ida up somehow. I suppose we can pick her up here. What we do with her, who knows? I guess we can... I guess if we stand, we can't rotate while she's standing on it, and we can't walk in the behind. Well, that's rude. Rude. So now what? Now what are you going to do, Ida? I guess we could do it this way. So yeah. And we can do this. Haha. Oh, so you got a tin of it. Ground in a bag. Interesting. All right, let's do... I'm just going to go dramatic on this one. Blah! Oh, ended up with the Star of David somehow. I should have never brought the Christmas crack for show and tell. I'm going to have to put it behind me so I'm not tempted. Otherwise, you're just going to hear chomp, 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 chomp for the rest of the stream. Ah, looky, looky. Ida and her little minion might be reunited. It's a reunion. Mirador. Uh-oh. It's the cult. The cult of geometric perversion. Hey! It's a reunion! She has grown up a bit. She was just a little bouncy thing when we started. I liked her better when she was the tiny little bouncy thing. Okay. So... oh, that's interesting. So I'm actually controlling both of them independently, weirdly enough. In the beginning of the game, when I moved one, the other would mirror. Looks like I'm controlling them separately for reasons. Oh, wow. Okay. Whew. All right. Get ready for your world to rotate. Let's just get an overview of things here. Lots of crazy things. So am I controlling them independently still? Let's start with Ida. Let's just keep bringing her places. Oh, looks like I can I press that button? I cannot. Press this button. All right, it's up to you, Little Red Riding Hood. Ah, nice. Speaking of things on sale, by the way, Viewfinder, I don't know if it's still on sale anymore, but it was free from Epic. So I snatched that up. This is what we'll be playing next. So we're on Monument Valley 2. We'll go through the third one as well. And then we'll continue on with Viewfinder, which is another really funky geometry bending game in which basically you can take pictures of the world with a Polaroid, and then you could hold that Polaroid picture up in front of you and place it down, and then it basically projects out as real geometry that you can then walk into. It's very funky. I know Jay's played the game on stream years ago. I played 5 minutes of it just to make sure I was going to like it, and it does seem like a really fun game. I think it would be another cool game to lead into from this Monument Valley, you know, to kind of continue the theme of exploration and weird ass geometric absurdities. So I think we're going to play a Viewfinder next, if everybody's cool with that. Okay, okie dokie, Schmokey. Get up and push the button. And you, get up and push the button. And you, get up and push the button. And then you get up and push the button. So this isn't much of a puzzle. It's just these people like flexing at this point. Just saying, this is weird crap for you to watch. And both of you run to the egress. Yeah, I think that'll be a cool game to play. Okay, so we got two sides. We got a nighttime bluish with not Ida, and this sunny autumn with Little Red Riding Hood here. We want to push the button, I'm sure. Push the button. All right. Got a lift. We got rotation. I don't even know where the hell she's supposed to go. You're still standing on the button. Got a door, maybe? I don't know. Let's just go on walkabout and see what happens. I do have this thing. Does that do anything when we bring her around? She's still disappearing. Does she have to go through the door somehow? I'm so confused. She can't go. I'm not sure. I know good. So I'm assuming she has to go through that door, which I have no idea how to get to. Oh, look at that. We have interactivity between the two puzzles. Okay. Well, that got her in that door. Alright, so you just have to basically go. I gotcha. I gotcha. I gotcha now, pal. Yeah, Viewfinder's seems like a pretty cool game. It's definitely another mind-bending game. All right. Okay, we're on a button. We can lower and raise that button, or that section. This rotates that for no reason. You can also lower it. What happens when you're on this button? Oh, you raise her. So confusing. Uh-oh. You're on your own, kid. Too bad. Actually, it looks like they both can use ladders conveniently. Yeah, the levels aren't super great. Not bad. Just started an old game again from 2026 on Unravel. He started as a small figure made of yarn. Oh, that's a shame that the crappy levels on that. Okay, so it looks like if they're on both buttons, then this thing rotates. Oh, wild! If they're on both buttons, then this rotates and allows that. Holy smokies! But then once one of them gets off, it rotates back like that. Weirdly enough. Well, now look what you've done. Fine kettle of fish. Okay. Fine. Oh, but when she's on... All right. All right, that's you. What's your deal, though? I have a feeling this has something to do with something. Oh, man, so many moving things. So, there we go. Okay, let's just take stock of this next level here. Got 3 buttons. Looks like that might be our finish line here. How the hell we get sideways onto that? Who knows? We also have another one up there, so I don't know. For now, we're just going to try to press buttons. We've got this thing which rotates and screws down at the same time. And of course, it won't work when we're on it, because that would be terrible. Just gonna keep trying to get my characters up as we go along. How are you gonna get free? Not quite sure. Let's see what I can do with Little Red Riding face here. That doesn't get you much anywhere, does it? I want to go up though, no? Oh, I see. Mom works the mechanism. All right, that'll bring her up to it, but I don't... Oh, no, get off. You just go straight across. I see. Come on. Oh, you can't go up the stairs. Derf. Of course you can't. But maybe you can go... That does not go up any further. Look at that. There we go. So that'll lower there. Oh, but she has to be on it. Looks like it's Mom's time to shine. Perhaps. There we go. Go, Mom, go! Speaking of flaw games, I played, before Viewfinder, I was thinking of a different game. Let me just see if I... was it Yonder? No. I think it might have been Epic, on Epic. I forget what the game was. It looked like a decent 3D game for us to play. Basically, exploration puzzle game. I must have gotten it for free at some point, or very, very, very reduced or something. I don't even remember buying it, but I went to look at it, I ran it, and it seemed reasonable. And then I looked at the reviews on it, and it's just absolute garbage, apparently. It looks pretty-ish. It was somebody's like soul baby project where they're trying to recreate a mist-like atmosphere, but apparently they failed miserably. So like the puzzles start out like way too simple in the beginning, and then they rapidly become obtuse, where it's not a matter of not being able to figure it out, but you still have to brute force them even if you know the correct idea. I don't know. Apparently it's absolute garbage. And then along with that, it's glitchy as hell, where if you like save the game and you reload it, you end up out in the middle of the ocean somewhere without a way back. I don't remember. I think it's called Kredolis. It's Greek themed. Starts with a K, so K-R-O, or I forget the actual spelling. Yeah, it's something like Kredolis or something like that. It looked interesting. You're basically walking around I think it's a portion of Atlantis, like, so all of Atlantis has sunk in or whatever, but there's still this tiny little island, which is like the gateway to it. So you're trying to solve puzzles to basically go there. And then sometime in the 70s, there was apparently a research facility there. So you're kind of going through and looking at the research notes from the people back in the 70s that were there and trying to recreate, I don't know, how they solve puzzles, and I don't know. look at their research and stuff. It sounded like an interesting concept, but apparently the execution was totally terrible. Yeah, I think it's like KREDOLIS or something like that. Look, we've done sacred geometry things. I have no idea what this means, but we've done cool things, apparently. Wow, I suppose that's the end. Thank you, all these fine people who made this. We do have the bonus games of this. We can knock them out. You're into playing Viewfinder, huh? I mean, we still have Monument Valley 3 as well. All right, little girl. What are you doing? Get in your... All right. Let's see what we have. I think we have a bonus, at least one bonus game. Let's see. So we do have this. I'm still feeling okay if you guys want to play this. Might as well knock it all out, and then we'll hit up Monument Valley next week. I don't know. Let's explore the Lost Forest and see what that's about. Blah blah blah. Rainforest, climate change, donate, blah blah. The Lost Forest, in which the explorer travels into an ancient forest. All right, well, I think I'm going to do it. If it was like, 20 more puzzles, I would hesitate, but I think one more I can deal with. Hopefully. I may have to sneak some Christmas crack in to get some fuel, but we'll see. All right, we're done. Everybody can go home now. The Forgotten Shrine. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Twisty nature stuffs. What can I move? What can I do? Seems like I could just press buttons. Now I can do things. Spinny majigger. Oh, wow. Spinny my plants. And a slidey majigger. Sure. Okay, so we got slidey things. I don't know. You want to take the elevator up there, lady? I don't know what that buys you. Oh boy. Oh boy. Guess we're trying to get over to something or another. Making some tea. Did they move the Canadian flag? Bastards. I mean, I can almost see the Venezuelan one. Being that we kind of kidnapped the president. Interesting way to start out 2026. Let's see. Air grows cool and light grows thin. Leaves rustle in rich sighs and whispers, while geometry stands silent. Very deep. Aw. Poor soccer team. Oh, that's rude. 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 I need to get up here. Give me my buttons back, bastards. So, there we go. Alright, let's smush all the buttons. Okay, we're on that button. We get a spin-a-majigger. What does yonder spin-a-majigger do? It spin-a-majigs. If you can believe it. Right. All right, we want to spin-a-majig this back, I suppose. Wait, what is this? So this gives us the ability to spin-a-majig, or to raise and lower. So I guess we want that lowered. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we could just wrap around, go here, spin-a-majig this the right direction, and we're done. In the heart of that place, the explorer sees a truth. She has not found a monument left to be forgotten, but a sacred forest left to be preserved. Sure. The forest of buttons and spirals. All right, press the button. Ew. All right. Press the button. Alrighty, that gets you a doorway. Guess we got to figure out how to get to the doorway. Easy. Is easy. Oh no. More crazy geometry. I shouldn't have said easy. I take it back, okay? It's not easy. I take it all back. What does this do? Oh my god. So this rotates. Oh, that's cool. That's neat, I must say. Can you go here and then press a button? Oh, okay. And then here. And press that button. Do we have more buttons to press? Ah, we do, we do. We need a top button to press. All right. That's easy. Yeah, could you imagine that if Starbucks bought it? You wouldn't. I wouldn't doubt it. Then we'll probably have one of those cases where you walk out the door of one Starbucks and then there's the, you know, the quote-unquote competitor across the street, which is owned by the same company. Alrighty. What? Burger King? I didn't even know Burger King even existed still. That's crazy. Oh, that was it. That was pretty simple. We have conquered the geometry once again, my friends. Burger King, eh? Wow. That's like when I traveled to Japan and there was a 7 bank and it was called 7 Bank or something like that. And the design of it looked like a convenience store we have here in the States called 7-Eleven. Come to find out, 7 Bank owns 7-Elevens. So 7-Elevens are actually a Japanese store, believe it or not. Never realized that. Restaurant Brands International. You have no choice. Suckers International. Yeah, it's the end already. Very sad. On the plus side, it means I can go eat my Christmas crack now. I mean, we could go play it again. We can play Monument Valley. All right, I guess that's it. That's all we got today. We have conquered the entire game. Happy New Year's, everybody. Big group. Big group. Group. Gulp. Yeah, totally weirded me out. Like 7-Elevens, because I saw a lot of 7-Elevens and they all had a bank attached to them in Japan, and it was, you know, it's a 7-Eleven said 7 Bank, and yeah, I ended up doing research, and as far as I understand it, they're actually a Japanese conglomerate. They're really big into convenience stores over there, so I can understand that. Anyway, everybody. We conquered some crazy geometry again. So join me again next week for Monument Valley number 3. Hopefully we'll breeze through that. I think these are more complicated. I think Monument Valley 2 was fairly simple. It just kind of tried to revolve around the 2 characters. I think this one's really even more crazy. So I'm not sure if there's bonus games or not, but I think there's quite a bit of Monument Valley 3 if I remember. Should be fun. Should be fun though. I know they're all fun. So we will conquer that. So probably next week will be Monument Valley 3. Hopefully we'll get through it all. And then after that we'll play Viewfinder. Japanese company bought major shares in 7-Eleven. Now they own it. Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining me. We can all go back to hibernation now. I'm going to I'm going to curl into a ball and cry until tomorrow, or I have to go to work. I don't want to go. I so don't want to go to work. I got to get mentally prepared to go into work. Yuck. I guess it's going to be all right. It's like a Band-Aid. I'll just have to go get it, like rip it off, get it done. Hopefully my Minion will be up to scratch. I'm just hoping he didn't mess anything up. Hopefully the product is good. If not, I'm screwed. Maybe I'll just change my number and then not show up anymore. Anyway, guys, facial mocap with Rokoku now. That's cool. Is that, I'm assuming that's through a camera. Oh, that would be awesome, Jay. That'd help me keep my mind off of, you know, going back to the veterinarians tomorrow. I feel like I'm a pet going to the vets. iPhone, gotcha. Cool beans. Anyway, the Christmas crack is calling me, so I think I'm gonna shut her down. Happy New Year's, everybody. See you next week. Next Sunday, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cheers.